What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, the podcast where we talk about comics and movies and everything in between. My name is Darren, aka DJ, and I am joined by my siblings, my sister Darcy.
Hello.
And my brother Derek.
What's up?
All right, guys. So this week we thought we would get a little bit into the Marvel Universe and take a look at our villains. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have Marvel's greatest villain on the screen again in Thanos. So it's a good time to look back and see what we feel about the past villains in the Marvel Universe. But first, of course, we always get into the news. And, you know, sometimes you always go for the biggest screen TV. You just want to see as much as you can. But at times you might just need a little 19-inch for, you know, like your kitchen or something. And that's the part of the news that I call small bits.
Oh my goodness. Y'all can't talk about me no more.
I literally just came up with that just now.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
Y'all cannot talk about me anymore.
Anyhow. So, some of the small bits of news. There's a second Tomb Raider movie in the works.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't see the first one. I kind of want to watch it, though.
But I thought it wasn't good.
I don't know.
Oh, did it make money?
Apparently it made enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't come out with another one. I mean, it was the girl from the last Jason Bourne movie.
Does that make me want to go see it?
Oh, I guess not.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever. Okay, Hellboy came out in theaters and bombed. It made $12 million in its first weekend. And It is going down as the worst comic book movie in history. That's what critics are saying.
Worse than Daredevil?
Worse than Green Lantern?
Woo.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, man,
we talking about 12 million in the first weekend, y'all. Like,
yeah, that's so bad.
That is
so
bad.
Yeah.
They haven't even covered paying an actor. Like,
Yeah. Plus, you know, like, there's got to be a lot of CGI in that movie and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's got to... I haven't looked up the budget for it, but that's... Oh, that's so bad.
I hope the extras got paid.
Incidentally, Tomb Raider got a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So it's...
Not good.
It's okay.
That's an F last time I checked, right?
It's a movie.
Yeah.
50%.
It's an F.
All right, fine. It means it was bad. Was that audience or critic?
Audience, is that what's on IMDb? That was 6 out of 10. Critic was 48%.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay,
like
so it's
Aquaman.
all right. Yeah.
Aquaman was a 7.
Yeah, I mean, Aquaman was... I mean, like I said, I rewatched Aquaman, and I did enjoy it the second time more.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, except for the ending of the battle underwater. I didn't like that. Okay, there is rumored to be a Hawkeye TV series in the works for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Supposedly, he's supposed to be training... what's the girl's name?
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop to be the next Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And emphasize rumor because neither Marvel/Disney or Jeremy Renner will confirm that this is a thing.
Yeah, this is definitely a rumor. It is not. It's not set in stone, but there are a bunch of other rumors that were out too, and they all turned out to be true. So hey, but for now, it's not set in stone. There was an Addams Family trailer, so apparently they're making a animated Addams Family movie. So that's back out. It's been confirmed that fake scenes were shot for Avengers Infinity War. Mark Ruffalo said he shot a death scene for the Hulk.
Is that how they kept them not knowing what was going to happen? Because they were shooting fake stuff?
Yeah, they were shooting a lot of stuff, and a lot of the actors are saying they don't know how Endgame actually ends. I believe Robert Downey Jr. does, and he's the one that says you're never going to guess what it happens. Yeah. So who knows? They might have shot a death scene for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I do know in Infinity War, they said they told them that morning, like, guess who's dying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they told him, and they're like, okay, let's go shoot this.
Yeah.
So, if that is the case, give props to these actors because they are definitely acting on short notice. Apparently, the script was like in a locked room, and they had like 5 hours to go in the room and read it, and then some of them didn't even get a real script.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I can act off of reading a script in 5 hours.
I think that makes you a good actor because I know like Tom Holland for Endgame said he didn't get the whole script, and it kind of like gave him a window of what was going on.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of hard to not only just you're acting, not knowing what's going on around you.
Yeah. How do you remember your lines? That's my thing. Do they give you little like your lines at the time of seeing like shooting that scene?
No, they gave him his part, so just remember whatever that is.
All right. I'm going to need some more time. There's a Mighty Mouse movie in the works.
Mighty Mouse?
Yes.
Okay.
I just remember we had that one Mighty Mouse cartoon, and a sheep was standing on the little energy trail from him flying. I'm like, as a kid, I was like, that's so weird. It's an energy trail. How are you standing on it? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Really? That's the part that doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. I was okay with a superpowered mouse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Ryan Coogler is to rewrite Space Jam 2. So that's still happening. Ryan Coogler, of course, is the director of Black Panther. So he's set to rewrite Space Jam 2, and the studio is trying to get other NBA players. So apparently that is true. They're having trouble getting those extra players to show up in the movie. And the last small bit. Okay, so apparently the Russo brothers are set to remake some MGM classics, such as the Thomas Crown Affair.
That came out in '99. It doesn't need a remake.
99 was like 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago.
That was 20 years ago.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Okay.
So
It's the same without Sean Connery.
First of all, wrong. It was Pierce Brosnan.
yeah, I was like, I thought that was
It's
Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Brosnan and Renee Russo. Is that how I'm pronouncing it? Russo?
Really?
Yeah, I think it's Russo.
Yeah, it's definitely. You thinking of Entrapment?
Sean Connery
yes,
and
that is what
Catherine
it is.
Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
Yeah, man, Trotman was pretty good.
Entrapment was good.
Yeah,
It was.
I'm down for that. You know, some of those movies. I forget what other MGM movies. Like when you say MGM, the only thing I think of is James Bond.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of cool. Or they should make a James Bond movie.
So
They are good at
is
spy.
Rene Russo related to the Russo brothers that was in Thomas Crown Affair?
Doubt it.
Yeah. Seriously doubt it.
Highly doubt it.
Okay.
I feel like they would have mentioned that if that was the case.
Yeah. I don't think they look remotely related. Plus, they're. But okay, some classic MGM movies. Because, I mean, what's the last thing MGM did?
James Bond, probably.
Probably James Bond.
Okay.
All right, so let's on to the bigger news. There was a Star Wars trailer that dropped this week. And I'm going to be the first to say, okay. I don't know. Like, I'm not that excited for episode 9. I was okay with episode 8, and everyone else was angry about it. But I don't know. Like, I'm not excited for Star Wars.
Well, the trailer definitely didn't make you get excited. I was kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I excited about it at all. Honestly, I didn't even make it through the whole trailer. I got tired of seeing her standing in the middle of the desert.
It's a minute long. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
And then
Nope.
I'm gonna let everybody in on some behind the scenes stuff. So Derek was bragging about how he watched the trailer before I did, and then now he comes out and say he didn't even finish watching the trailer. No. No. Anyway, so there's some stuff. Of course, you got Rey in a desert, because there's always deserts in Star Wars.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
I don't know. Apparently, no planet.
There's a lot of desert
has
planets.
Life.
Yeah.
They're all desert-like.
Even the end of episode 8, I know it was salt, but it was a salt desert.
I just see the movie, so I can't say.
So, I don't know. It's like I was real excited when episode 7 was coming out because we hadn't had a legit Star Wars movie in a long time, and that was a fun movie. Episode 8, I have fun with. I see the flaws that everyone complains about, and to be honest, episode 8 did not create a kind of a want for more in it. You know how like Infinity War ended, and now everyone is begging to watch Endgame.
Yes.
End of Star Wars Episode 8, it was just like, okay.
Well, I think Star Wars' problem is it's like this plan they came out with to come out with a movie every year.
Yeah.
And I think by doing that, everything, well, I'm not a fan of the movies to begin with, but I think it's like instead of take time to developing a good story that people want and anticipate, I think you kind of get like this smash grab of Star Wars movie that's probably hurting more than anything.
Yeah, I do agree with that. A Star Wars movie every single year doesn't work. Yeah. And I know we get 3 Marvel movies a year,
but they're 3 very different movies.
Yeah, they are different movies though. It's different characters, everything. It's just the only thing that's the same is Marvel Studios.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I'm like, I bet they would like cut that down if like they started getting critically panned or something.
Well, Solo flopped. So.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so these movies are not critical success. The fans aren't liking them. Solo didn't make a ton of money. So, I don't know. I think it's time to rethink your strategy on that one.
Yeah, I think I made the comment before, and it was along your lines, Darcy, that they need to, if you're going to do this, you need to make different genres. The only reason why, because people already comment that they have superhero fatigue because of all the superhero movies out there. I don't, because I'm just, a nerd. I don't care. I watch any superhero movie you put out there.
100.
But the reason why Marvel has survived, even though your general audience is tired of superhero movies, is because each movie is different. And you get a spy movie, and you get a space opera, and
you get a comedy.
Yeah. Like Ant-Man is like your family movies, and then you got Guardians of the Galaxy, your space opera, and then the Captain America movies, their spy movies. So it works. You gotta branch out. All the Star Wars movies is just Star Wars. And
can we really just say that the people that's probably saying that they're having superhero fatigue are like wasn't big on superheroes anyway?
Probably, I think so. It's people who's probably not, which I don't understand. And I'm like, you read these articles on like, blah blah blah, Avengers, and you get all these people like, I don't know why people like this movie. These movies are, boring and blah. And I'm like, why are you reading an article and commenting on a movie you don't like?
True.
Like that just makes no sense.
True. Yeah.
Or you get those people like don't like a particular sports team, but they on an article or something and commenting about it like, oh, that team suck. Why, who can be a fan of this team? It's like, well, why are you even on their page? Like,
or even further, I forgot the guy's name, but it was like a talk show host or something, and he said that people who like superhero movies are childish and need to grow up. And he said a lot of worse things about people who like superhero movies, but then it's like, dude, I don't know. You're like 60, so don't watch these movies.
I mean, look, legit. You don't have to like them. You don't have to watch them. But don't knock me for liking them and watching them.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's nothing, nothing about being a kid watching. It's like you can enjoy these movies. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Right. But on to the next bit of news. In the news of trailers, there was also a Lion King trailer.
There was.
Hated it.
I'm not going to say I hated it.
I didn't hate it. It just brought back a bunch of nostalgia.
Yes and no. I think what I don't understand is the purpose of these live action films, because looking at the trailer, they were like definitely scene for scene like the animated film. So what's the point?
Yeah. It is the same movie.
So what's the point?
I don't know.
I don't like how Scar look, and I know a lot of people commented on that. He just doesn't look Scar like. Look, I know he's not gonna be burnt orange and stuff, but
Well, yeah, because they're trying to make it look like realistic lions.
there's lions with black manes. I saw it. I googled and saw. It's a thing.
Maybe they'll change it.
And I feel like good job on keeping James Earl Jones like you had to from Mufasa.
Yeah.
Should have kept Jeremy Irons for Scar.
Yeah.
Like hearing that guy's voice is just.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons for Scar it's iconic.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
Yeah, I think he was just as... I mean, not even realizing it until I seen this trailer. I was like, they should have that's not remotely a word.
It sure isn't.
They should have gotten Jeremy Irons to, get his role
Reprise his role, yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that.
I agree with it, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to go see this movie because, I can't not go see it. But it is very much just the animated movie. So I know a lot of the younger generation who might not have even seen the animated movie yet is definitely going to enjoy this. But
here's my thing about that. So a lot of younger generations, the parents grew up with the animated version, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I would straight up show my kid that before I take it to the movies and see the live action version, like legit.
Yeah, well, that's not how parenting works, unfortunately. So, and think about it, you're talking about children. So, even if they saw the animated version when they see this trailer, and they're going to play this trailer
Where
on the Disney XD and whatnot, where they watch their cartoons.
There's no cable. You get no commercials.
Okay, on YouTube.
I haven't yet. I get commercials for Hidden Valley Ranch on YouTube.
You're also not 5. Hidden Valley Ranch, though?
I don't even like.
But anyway, so the kids are going to beg their parents to go see this movie. So it's going to make money. Plus, people, nostalgia factor. They're going to be like, oh, I want to see how it looks in live action-ish. Although I think the rest of the movies is like, okay, it kind of makes sense because you have humans in it besides Jungle Book, which they changed Jungle Book, actually. It's different than the animated movie. Mm-hmm. But with Lion King, since they're all animals, this is not really live action. This is just CGI made to look realistic. And I don't know, like, doing a live action of the other movies, it's like, oh, okay, like Aladdin. Okay, so we're doing it with humans. Okay, let's see how that turns out. But this one, not so much, I would say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We were talking about Infinity War and how they shot a bunch of stuff, and they probably shot a bunch of stuff for Endgame. Well, that's true. Apparently, there was 5 endings shot for Endgame.
Is that just to throw the actors off?
Probably to throw people like Tom Holland and
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh,
that's unfortunate. How much money did you spend shooting fake scenes?
Right, that you're not even going to use.
I guess it doesn't matter when your movie makes $2 billion.
There's no guarantee. Like, what if this movie flops? I mean, it won't.
I'm like, it made money already. It hasn't even come out already. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the thing. We can't trust anything they put out now. Until we go to the theater. It's probably not even called Endgame. Would that be like the ultimate, like, screw you to the fans? Like, the title card comes up and it's like Avengers Annihilation. We thought we were going to see Endgame.
Everybody's sitting in there like, wait, huh?
It's Endgame.
It's Endgame. All right, so the last bit of news is Disney Plus. We got a bit of information about Disney Plus, how much it's going to be, when it's coming out, and what shows are going to be debuting when it's released. So first, there's going to be a lot of post-Endgame MCU material, cartoons and shows coming out on there. that's a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Some of the confirmed ones is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And that even has like a title graphic or whatever, you know.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks alright. It was pretty cool. Loki TV show.
But that's a prequel, though.
Yeah, now that's a prequel because they were saying that it's in the past when showing Loki like influencing different events or something like that.
Okay. So he's behind everything?
Yeah, I
Or
guess
some
so.
things.
Or some things.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting. And of course, Tom Hiddleston is still on for that. And then WandaVision, which is like the stupidest name for a TV show ever.
I hope they don't go for
No, that's what they're calling it.
WandaVision. It sounds like a weird TV or something.
That came out in like the 50s, like, look, television is this. And they
Yeah.
called it a WandaVision.
Buy your new WandaVision TVs, only $299.99. Get it at Big Al's. Yeah, I don't know why they call it that, but that's their Scarlet Witch and Vision TV show. Why didn't they just call it Scarlet Witch and Vision? I don't know. Why didn't they just call it that?
No.
And then there's also going to be a What If animated series.
What's a what if?
So it's the MCU characters, but not in the timeline, like offshoots, like the Marvel What If
like
comics.
Yeah, I was about to say like the comics.
So some of it they said like, what if Peggy Carter became Captain America?
Why would she become Captain America?
Because Steve Rogers died or something. I don't know.
It's just a what if.
So this is just stupid stuff?
Like there's no explanation. It's just
But that's
what
dumb.
if this happened.
Wait, have you not seen this in the comics?
No, she
No.
probably haven't.
Oh, well, yes, they do this.
It's just random crap that they want to make up. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't have to mess up their mainline story, and they can kind of appease to people like, oh, what if this happened?
Yeah.
I never wondered if
so it was like,
Peggy Carter becomes Captain America.
But I think it'd be pretty awesome to have Peggy Carter as Captain America.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Why not? She took the super soldier.
She's not even American.
Oh, she's not. Oh man, she just messed everything up right there. Well, maybe they called her something different. I don't know.
Isn't Captain Britain already a superhero?
Yes.
So he can't do that.
Maybe in this universe she is American.
Is she American in the comics?
Or is she in the comics?
I don't know.
I didn't think we were looking that far into it, but all right.
She just, I was like, oh yeah, Peggy Carter is, because I like Agent
Peggy
Carter.
I don't need her to be Captain America.
All right.
It's only a what if.
Well, it's a dumb what if.
And then like a what if where Steve Rogers becomes Iron Man in the 1940s.
Instead of Captain America.
Yeah, so I'm guessing like Howard Stark was going to make a suit for him or something. So instead of a vibranium shield, he gets a suit.
I like that.
Yeah. Whatever, it's an animated TV series, Darcy, okay? Just roll with it. You ain't got to watch it either. It's on a streaming service.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty good. Also debuting on the streaming service, which came as a surprise to me, The Simpsons.
But they're a Fox property, right?
Yeah.
Because they're Fox property.
I mean, I know they have it. I didn't think they would put it on the Disney streaming service.
I thought I read that they're putting all the 21st Century Fox on there. Is it
They
20
are.
or 20th
It will
Century?
either
20.
be on Hulu or the Disney Plus.
But you get all of them regardless.
Yeah, I figured they were saving the family-friendly stuff for Disney, but I guess they said Simpsons is family-friendly enough for Disney?
Just put it behind a kid's lock wall or something.
I guess. So that's there, and so FX is no longer has the rights to stream or do the Simpsons, although it will still come on Fox live TV.
Obviously.
Oh, but FX is no longer going to be showing
Every episode ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
because every episode ever is going to be on Disney Plus.
That's weird. I mean, it's been on Netflix for quite a while now.
Yeah.
They made a big deal when they got it all.
Yeah, they did.
This is why Netflix is mad at Disney.
Yeah.
But this
I mean, did you see what else that the streaming service is picking up too?
Yeah, we got a lot of it. The entire Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
It's a big deal because Fox had the rights to the original movies, so they were never able to be, and you never saw the originals on any type of streaming service. So now we got it. That's going to be huge.
Is it?
Yes, we know you don't like Star Wars.
I'm just saying, once you see it once.
You did not just say that. We just lost some fans. I'm sorry. I am sorry for Darcy's comments. Don't worry, guys. She will be reprimanded. Once you see it once. What? People love these movies.
Oh, okay. All
Goodness. Right. Apparently there's going to be some Toy Story shorts.
Okay.
Like Bo Peep showing what happened to her between Toy Story 2 and 4.
We need that.
Yeah, because I'm wondering why she all rogue.
Yeah,
beast.
no, she definitely turned gangsta in between these movies, so we need that.
Yeah. So we got that, and then the price is going to be $6.99 or $70 for the year.
You did not mention. I thought I read that you also get National Geographic.
You do get National Geographic.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
I thought awesome. I love National
They
Geographic.
are literally about to put cable like non-existent.
Which is why I think, because before I was saying like, oh well, we talked about the prices. Like I don't want this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then like looking like that, if we really do get all of the Fox stuff, which means we get like the Alien series, which I love, but it's hardly ever on anything.
Yeah.
So you get that, you get stuff like National Geographic Plus. Now, does that include all of the old Marvel cartoons?
Not yet. From what I saw, I didn't see it in the list of stuff.
I didn't either.
What?
I know they were saying like all Disney movies, like even the ones in the Disney vault.
Okay, yeah, I don't care about
Will be
that.
made
I just
available.
wanted to
But not
like-
even all of those are. This is what's coming out when it debuts.
I don't
Not saying
understand.
it's going to be rolled out.
Why can't they have these movies?
You gotta
Why are they
upload it
not-
to the thing. I'm pretty sure it's a bit more than just going click. This movie's
I
in
just
here.
feel like transfer from one server to the next server. There you go. Because if I can get the X-Men animated series again.
I'm pretty sure they'll make it on there.
Right.
That was Fox too. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, still, I didn't know it had Nat Geo, so that's what's up. Wow. I can watch me some
Lions of the Serengeti.
Yeah, Lion in the Serengeti.
Yeah.
Polar bears.
So, to be clear with Disney Plus, the reason on why they're working with Hulu, so like any of like mature audiences, rated R content, that will be through Hulu. I don't know what I was trying to say.
I didn't know they were working with Hulu. I don't have Hulu.
Hulu. And because Disney Plus, they do want to focus on family-oriented shows.
Yeah.
And then Hulu will be focusing on just general entertainment, period.
Yeah. Plus, Disney owns 60% of Hulu, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they can just say, "Hey, put this show on here."
Basically.
And this is when Skynet takes over the world.
Sorry, they're there between Disney and Amazon.
Yeah. Skynet is actually Disney and Amazon.
Yeah, so with that price, $6.99. Oh, plus, if you like your sports, you get ESPN.
Yes. Once I saw that, I was like, "Yep, I'm sold."
I mean, even without that, the $6.99. I mean, at this point, it's the cheapest thing.
Yeah.
Because Netflix continues to go up for their original content, which, by the way, it's not all that good. So,
yeah, not all of it.
And I'm like, I don't like. Have you noticed on Netflix now how like the first thing you see is like Netflix original, blah blah blah, and it's like stuff I have no interest in watching.
Yeah, it's like they disregard their algorithms to put
Yeah.
their original stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah, and like not one of those things. I'm like, oh, that seems interesting. Seems really trashy, Netflix. So, yes, the $6.99 is made it for me. Like I'm getting it. It's so cheap. Why not?
They could just be getting upset because they feel that Disney is about to put them out.
Well, yeah, that's why they're mad at Disney.
Why would they be mad at that? You got completely different content.
Well, they lose content too because all the Disney stuff's gone. They don't get the Marvel
Yeah.
stuff anymore.
Yeah.
That's why the Marvel shows got canceled.
But they're losing what?
And
2
then you're talking about
movies?
stuff with Fox.
Oh yeah, you lose all the Fox stuff too.
What Fox stuff is
There
on?
wasn't any Fox stuff on there. So I guess they're fine, whatever. But yeah, definitely excited for Disney Plus because this gives me a lot of stuff. And it's coming out November 12th of this year.
And then when they complete their monopoly on everything, is
What?
way up.
Oh, the price is gonna go up.
That's guaranteed. Everyone does that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's there's gonna be no competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they can be
Yeah,
like
'cause-
Amazon.
Amazon price just went up.
Oh, no, not for like Prime.
Oh,
You know, like they buy stuff and lower the prices. Like they buy
oh
Whole
yeah. I
Foods
mean,
and
I
lower the
think
prices.
definitely. I think it'll be $6.99 for a while.
Yeah, and you probably get grandfathered in too.
Yeah.
Like on one of those things, I'm grandfathered into a lower price.
I think you were at first for Netflix, but not anymore.
No.
No.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter with Netflix anymore.
Yeah, before you were. it's
Everybody's
going
gonna
up
be
next
on the
month.
same price. Yep. If you were grandfathered in.
There's always password sharing, so
Yep. Just let me know which password you switch to.
right.
We're gonna go ahead and post Darren's Netflix password on our
Oh, yeah.
Facebook page. 3D Rivals Netflix.
Yep, everybody, if you want to hop on, only 2 people at a time, though. So, all right. So, now into our main topic. Let's talk villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, Marvel has been notoriously known for not having great villains in their great movies. So, we're going to go through them, and of course, we get to pick out the good ones and kind of reluctantly rank some of the bad ones. All right, so top 10 villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, first movie in Marvel, Iron Man, and Ironmonger was the
Right.
Villain.
Obadiah Stone.
Obastain.
Stain.
Obastain?
Obastain.
Obastain.
Is that what we're calling
Obastain.
him?
That's his new name, Obastain.
Obastain.
I'm gonna say not so good.
I guess what was his? I mean, I guess I know what his motivation was. It just wasn't.
Not that the character wasn't done well. Definitely was, but he was just bad to be bad. Like he was evil for evilness.
Yeah, I feel like it was just kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Why don't I have?
What do you think, Derek?
I wouldn't have him on my list in the top 10.
Oh, okay. And then you have Abomination from
Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk.
Could have been better. Definitely not.
Nope.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna say nope on that one. Kind of uninteresting. I mean, that whole movie.
it's kind of hard for me to judge because it's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm rewatching the Marvel movies and I skipped that one. So,
I watched it,
yeah.
and yeah, no.
No.
No,
Yeah,
he
no.
wouldn't be on there either. Nope.
Okay. Iron Man 2, Whiplash.
Oh, awful.
It's horrible.
Just awful.
All right, but then we also have Justin Hammer.
Which I also felt was awful.
You know, I love his character though. Yeah. He was so
I
funny.
agree.
All right, but I wouldn't put it up there with the best villains, though.
All right, so far we have nothing on our list. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, we went through basically phase one and no villains.
No villains.
Thor had Loki, though.
Loki is definitely top 5.
Was that all we were saying about Iron Man 2?
What else is there to say?
I don't know. I was just making sure. Goodness, don't.
Isn't Iron Man 2 like our worst movie on our list?
Is it the worst?
No, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure Thor: The Dark World was.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, it's definitely right above Dark World.
Iron Man 2 wasn't that low on our list.
I know. It's not great by any means, but I don't think it was at the bottom.
I mean, yeah. Iron Man 3 was better than it. But
yeah, so Loki, definitely. I have him top 5.
Yeah, so Loki makes the list. Even though by the end of the MCU, he's not a villain. But still, he makes a compelling villain in this movie.
Even though he's not a villain anymore, I think he's still, such a great character that even when he was villainous, I still liked him. So
yeah. And then,
he was a villain in 2 movies out of the MCU, though.
Yeah, but that was 2 out of 7.
Yeah. So, yeah. But in Thor, if we're to look at him in Thor, he did make a compelling villain. Mm-hmm. You understood where he was coming from. You do understand where he's coming from. I don't know why well, I do know why. Because Odin is a messed up parent.
Oh, yeah, no, he's awful. For someone that everyone likes so much, he sucks.
Yeah. So, he just wanted to destroy or commit genocide for his father, That's that's a noble thing for him to do. All right, so Loki's on the list. First one. He's made it.
All right.
Okay, and then Captain America?
Captain America, the first Avenger. You had Red Skull.
Red Skull. Not bad.
Not bad. I just watched that again.
Yeah, I did too.
I feel like it'd have been great if he was cool. But he could have been more.
Yeah.
I don't have him on my list.
What?
Oh, you got a list already?
I mean, well, I had a list of top 10 too.
Oh.
With the list of every villain.
Okay, and you didn't mention the Red Skull?
Not in my top 10, no.
Well then.
I don't know. I feel like he deserves an honorable mention. We can write him down, and if someone bumps him.
Yeah, he might get bumped from the list, but I'm gonna put him down for now because he was out of all the villains in Phase 1, discounting Loki.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think rewatching him, he could have been better, but I don't think he was bad.
Yeah, and, I guess he was evil for evil's sake, though. But it's the Red Skull.
Yeah. I mean, when you're a Nazi, though, do you really need a reason to be evil?
Honestly, yeah. Hitler was evil for evil's sake, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then Avengers is still Loki, so that's that. Wow, Phase 1 wasn't good.
2 villains.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. Honestly, Phase 1 movies, I got Iron Man, and the Avengers to me are standout movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Thor is watchable still.
It's watchable, but you can see its flaws, though. And I know why they did it like that, because Thor I feel like, had to be established more than some of the other characters, because no one likes Thor.
That is one thing I have to say about this universe. It definitely got better as it went on.
Oh, yeah.
And that's rare.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so after Avengers, we have Iron Man 3. Okay,
So
we know how Darcy feels about Iron Man 3. But you had the Mandarin, the fake Mandarin. We gotta put fake Mandarin because he's not the real one. And Aldrich Killian. Killian I didn't like.
It was kind of annoying. I mean, you did all of this because...
He left him on the roof.
Yeah, is that like a woman scorn or something?
Right. Yeah, his motivation, for what he was doing, the motivation was really weak. Very weak for that. It's sad that the Mandarin was an actor, because before you got to the actor part, I would have put him, super high, because his portrayal of Mandarin was excellent. I loved it. And then they threw that out. They threw that out.
And then they ruined it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I could put them on because they ruined it.
they ruined it.
Nope. I agree. I wouldn't put them on either.
All right, then. And you have
Thor, the
Dark World.
Malekith.
Malekith, the Dark Elves.
He's like the most forgettable villain out of all
absolutely.
villains.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just so weak.
It just, no. Stupid. Absolutely
He
stupid.
did kill Thor's mom, though.
That was like the only significant
He didn't
thing.
kill, wait, did he?
Yeah, didn't he shake?
Yeah.
I thought it was the other dude, but okay.
No,
I don't know. I've only seen this movie once, so
Okay.
it's hard to say.
That was an excellent funeral scene, though.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, that funeral scene was real good.
Well, that shouldn't be the best part of your movie.
It shouldn't, no. All right, then. So that's a no for Malekith. Man, we're going through these movies without
we have 2 people on our list.
no, and one's probably gonna get bumped off.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so after Thor: The Dark World,
The Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier.
So
You
get
know it,
2.
man.
Mm-hmm.
So you get Hydra / what's his name?
Adrian Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say
Alexander
he wasn't,
Pierce.
Alexander Pierce. Sorry, A. Pierce. I'm gonna say he was all right. Like, actually, I mean, he was decent. You know,
Yeah.
they did a good job of throwing you off until they started going after Cap. You know?
Yep.
You didn't think he was a villain to begin with. And, I mean, the directors did, well, it was the Russo brothers. They did a real good job with the movie.
Yeah.
And then the secondary villain, Winter Soldier.
Right, which was excellent.
Dude. I mean,
Yeah.
first of all, the premise,
Dude,
since this is a
those
sequel,
fight scenes with him and Captain America, dude.
I'm gonna put hands down best fight scene in the MCU is on the street, him and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Best fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yep.
is.
Yeah.
It was
And
just
then
such a good
Iron Man and Thanos, because that was just sad how it ended. He tried so hard. So hard. With Tony, I feel my heart goes out to you. He tried so hard.
He made him bleed. He made him bleed his own blood. How dare you?
Make me bleed my own
bleed
blood.
my
What is
own
that
blood.
I don't know.
That's from Dodgeball.
from? Yeah. Dip, dodge, dive, dodge.
Isn't it that one? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
If you can dodge a chainsaw, you can dodge a ball. Dodgeball. So, back to Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Right.
Plus, what also makes him a very good villain is because this is a sequel, we know who he is. Although some audience may not have known who he was until the mask was taken off. General audience members may not have known.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
You can say that.
What? Okay. Fine. Whatever. Anyhow, because it's a sequel, knowing that it's Bucky and the backstory and the friendship between him and Cap kind of adds to the villain. It makes it more interesting, more compelling.
Well, then I just feel like dude was just a monster. I mean, like, he was such a beast, dude. Like, I mean, like, the way he blew up Nick Fury's car, and just, it was just so many great scenes with him.
Yeah. I just watched that.
Like, I know, like, he went, like, when he catches Cap's shield, and it's just like, dude.
Can we say again, one of the best action scenes is Nick Fury on the run from the police. Like, dude, that was a good scene.
This movie's just great.
That's why Winter Soldier is my favorite movie.
Yes.
If you can't tell, like, because I'm gushing over Winter Soldier.
It was just, I feel like all the action scenes just work. They were great. Yeah. It's a good movie. Well done.
Yeah, and then I know you always talk about me for it, but the score for Winter Soldier, when he's on the scene and they have like this, I don't know what instrument they're using, but kind of like in The Dark Knight, how with the Joker, when he's doing something like really suspenseful, they would play like this music to up the make you tense, and they had sort of the same thing. Like when he blew up Nick Fury's car and he started walking in, they started playing like the score for Winter Soldier.
I don't remember it. Next time I watch, I'm gonna have to look at it because I was thinking the other day, not really on topic. I'd like the Avengers score.
I do. I didn't at first. I was like, it's not much.
I really like the Avengers score.
Yeah. Like when they played it in Infinity War, like when Captain America...
Cap showed up?
Yeah.
Right. I was like, oh, he's here. Yeah. So, yeah. A score can do a lot for a movie.
Definitely. All right, so those two make it to the list.
Yes. I did put Winter Soldier behind Loki.
Okay.
And Hydra's just on the list.
Yeah. Hydra / Pierce.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to stay on the list.
Probably not.
All right. And then what's next in phase 2?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ronan the Accuser.
Could have been done better.
Could have been done a lot better.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not even really relevant. Like, honestly, he's not relevant to me.
Yeah. I just rewatched the movie, and like even Nebula, she's a villain in that movie. You know, honestly, like I like Nebula's character, but I realized after rewatching the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, she wasn't that great in it.
Well, I feel like in these movies, Nebula and Gamora gets kind of downplayed. Like, apparently Gamora is supposed to be like some really like the best fighter, like this assassin who's just like merciless, and we do not get that even a little bit in this movie.
No, we don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, like she's supposed to be cold, and
I think Nebula and Gamora gets built up as characters in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, more so than in the first. Well, you get Gamora's story in the first one.
Yeah, but I don't need her story. I need her to start kicking people in the throat.
Well, she's dead now.
Well, great. So I'm never going to get that.
I'm sorry.
Except for when Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, Ronan and Nebula.
Are we adding them? I feel like no.
No.
But will we get 10 if we don't?
I don't know if we're going to have 10. Top 7? Top 7 villains of the Marvel Universe. They don't have good villains. Let's just throw some DC villains in here.
Of which movie? Christopher Nolan's trilogy?
Yeah, the Joker. Excellent. Tops the charts. Ra's al Ghul. I'm going to put him at the top of this one, but still.
He was so good.
Yeah, but is he better than Loki?
No, he's not better than Loki.
Yeah, I see.
No.
Okay, so was there anything else in Guardians of the Galaxy? Technically, Thanos was there, but he wasn't a villain for the movie.
Right, so
it
was just Ronan, right? And then, I mean, I guess you had
It's
everyone else
Ronan.
chasing them, but that doesn't really count, right?
The Ravager. Oh, Yondu.
Yeah.
Is he a villain?
In this movie, technically, he was.
Is he, though?
I wouldn't say.
No.
I wouldn't say he was, though.
More comic relief. No, at the end, he was fighting the villains.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, yeah. No. Okay. So nothing from Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, is Avengers next? Or Avengers 2?
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
So I really want to say yes to Ultron only because I know what he is in the comic, and it felt like the movie.
He was menacing in the movie. At least.
Do we add Scarlet Witch even though they switch sides halfway through?
No. Plus, they wouldn't be good villains. They're horrible villains.
They
They're
were.
good as good guys. Villains, nah. They were bad.
I feel like we kind of got to list Ultron.
I would put Ultron on.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's staying.
Oh, I will put Ultron on.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they got the perfect voice actor.
Oh, no.
James Spader?
Yes, I wanted to call him Kevin Spader, and I'm like, that's not right.
I think you're thinking of Kevin Spacey.
That is...
Or Kevin James. I don't know.
I'm not thinking of no Kevin James.
Kevin James? That's way off base.
So, yeah, I thought James Spader did a good job. I don't know. I just feel like Ultron was lacking a little bit to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just... That's my least favorite Avengers movie.
Oh, for sure. I've only seen it once, and I was contemplating, should I watch it again?
Sometimes in my rewatches, I skip Avengers 2. That's saying something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's yeah, nah. Okay, so then Phase 3. Now it gets really good. No?
You forgot Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Yellow Jacket. Boring. Next.
Okay, yeah, we didn't even have to mention Ant-Man. Love the movie. Villain horrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, that was he's like really bad. Like, why didn't he just use the turn the people to goop thing as a weapon?
I don't know.
He turned a guy into goop in the movie.
Because he wanted to shrink things.
Oh.
And then he's trying to be Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And all right. No, he's a horrible villain. Wow, Marvel.
My thing is why he didn't like try to shrink objects first. Like he just jumped to let's start shrinking living things. So like you haven't did this yet.
Because you need to shrink living things to wear a suit. And he was trying to be Ant-Man.
Yeah, that worked out great.
Yeah. Anyway, he was a dumb villain.
Yeah.
You know, people have been saying this, that Marvel didn't have good villains. We just went through 2 phases.
And what, we got 4 villains written down?
We have
5, but
5.
It's not a real 5.
One of them's the Joker from The Dark Knight. Basically, the only good villains on the list so far is Loki and the Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. The rest are not really.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, wow, Marvel. People had some real good points when they were saying this. Mm-hmm. Okay, Phase 3.
Civil War.
So, Iron Man is the villain.
I feel like Iron Man's the villain, right?
In Civil War, yeah.
He has to be. But
well, by the end of the movie, Act 3 is against Iron Man.
Can you list him as a villain, though?
Yes, he's the villain. You swap just because he's a good guy doesn't mean he's not the villain. In Civil War, the comic book, as much as they go 2 sides, blah blah blah, Iron Man was the villain straight up.
So was Captain America.
I was on Captain America's side, although they did some dirty stuff.
I mean, like both people did stuff that was first of all out of character for them, and they were both being so ridiculous.
Yeah,
yeah.
The movies did it better, even though it wasn't really a war.
Though the villain is Zemo.
Zemo.
Because
no, Iron Man. They're both villains.
All of that would have happened without Zemo.
Yeah, they still would have fought.
I to this day feel like having Zemo to me in the movie was very pointless.
Only thing Zemo did was show Iron Man Winter Soldier killing his mother.
I feel like they threw him in because, we need a Captain America villain, and Zemo's one of those. I would have rather had a purple guy with a sword than the Zemo they put in this movie.
I feel you. He's not dead, so he can return.
I don't need him to return.
Fight the Bucky Captain America.
Iron Man
I thought Zemo, the plot was cool. But
they didn't need him though. This would have happened without Zemo.
Yeah, I mean, like Zemo was smart. People say he needed to rely on conveniences, but then again, someone else explained it was like if he was such a smart military tactician, he probably had backup plans. And what we saw was him, without explaining it, moving on to another plan when certain things happen. Which makes sense, and you don't have to put in the movie, okay, I guess I go to plan B, because that's dumb. So he did well there, but I want to count Iron Man as a villain. He's definitely the villain. He's the last fight in the movie. Zemo's done with by the end, before the fight.
No, because What's Majig didn't hurt him yet.
No, he did. The fight ended after Zemo was captured by Black Panther. Yeah.
Okay.
Iron Man was the villain.
I'm fine with that. I should because Zemo sucked anyway, so you gotta write somebody down.
Right. Derek?
I agree to disagree, but alright.
Whatever.
It's a Captain America movie, and they were fighting Iron Man. That makes him the villain.
First of all, it's Avengers 3. Let's get that right.
Avengers 2.5.
Yes.
So I would put Iron Man on our list.
I did.
Alright. Cool. He's a good villain because we've seen him in 5 other movies.
Right.
And by this time, we love-hate Tony Stark.
I still like Tony Stark.
No, it's a
Agreed.
love-hate.
No, he's a jerk, but what's not to like about jerks?
Because he does some stupid stuff.
Okay.
Whatever.
I mean, although I feel sorry for him by the end of the movie. We'll get to that. What's after Civil War?
Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange. So apparently Dormammu was the villain there.
Yes.
None of us watched that.
No, apparently, okay.
And the guy with the weird eyes or something
Is that
in the
Dormammu?
preview?
Caecilius? I heard he was bad.
Yeah, I don't think people
Right.
liked it that much.
Yeah. I didn't see enough praise for this movie, movie's villains, I should say,
Yes. Yeah, not the movie stuff.
in order for me to put any of them on the list.
Yep. So I'm gonna say no to that.
Yep.
I agree.
All right.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Ego.
No.
Nope.
Actually, no.
Y'all like him?
He wasn't
I said
bad
no.
as a villain.
He was so pointless.
It did good for a
Apparently,
Peter Quill story.
Darren didn't think so.
No, don't put him on.
You sure?
Yeah.
I wanted the
He wasn't
planet
that-
with the talking face.
You got it.
He did have a face at some point, didn't he?
Yeah. There was a face on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
After they discovered that he was a planet. And then,
I honestly, I don't
Got
understand
it.
why people like this movie so much.
it's a good movie.
I just don't
It
get
is. It is.
And then you got the little, they tug on your heartstrings when Yondu died.
No,
Mm-hmm.
not at all.
How did you not
I'm
feel
telling
that?
you, I
You
do not-
heartless monster.
I might be, but I do not like this movie. I really don't.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't I mean, I know it gets a lot of praise.
This is good.
I can't. You have no idea how long it took me to get through this entire movie.
All right, I guess. But it was a good movie.
Oh God, it took me like a literal month to get through the whole thing.
Wow. Well.
Sorry.
All right. So was that Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yes, the Vulture.
Vulture.
It was
Excellent.
good.
Vulture.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Good.
Plus the twist in that movie with him being his girlfriend's father.
Father,
Vulture being
yeah.
his Spider-Man's girlfriend's father. That's a lot to say. Because no one expected that.
Yeah, no one expected it. That, and I feel like Michael Keaton is he's great.
Yeah, you can't fail with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty good. I liked everything about his take on the Vulture.
Yeah, he was menacing, and he provided an actual challenge to the hero. And yeah,
And I like the fact that they didn't kill him in the end,
yeah.
so we could see him again.
I was
Probably
like,
not, but we could.
Marvel, if you want to have a universe that lasts forever, you gotta stop killing these villains. Because I'm sorry, I don't want to see a movie with the Spot as a villain.
Who?
The guy with the spots on his. It's a Spider-Man villain. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, so Vulture's on the list.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Thor Ragnarok.
Wait, I would put Vulture below. Oh yeah, put him third, below Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
above.
He's above Iron Man because Iron Man's not a villain.
Yeah, Iron Man. Look, Iron Man may
Who
be
are
at
we
the end
saying
of the
this
list.
is the villain of Ragnarok? Hela?
We didn't get to that yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang
my
on.
bad.
No, slow
Hang
your
on there.
horses. You're not there yet.
Iron Man might end up at the end of this list
Yeah, of
because
course.
he's not like really a villain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Loki, the Winter Soldier, Vulture.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I know what I'm doing.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Hela. She's the only villain, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless you want to count the Grandmaster.
I mean, you could kind of count the
Jeff
Grandmaster.
Goldblum, man. You can't lose with Jeff Goldblum either. Technically not a villain though.
Yeah.
And then you got Surtur.
So,
That's
Oh,
a big
yeah,
fiery
yeah.
dude, right?
Yeah. They're supposed to bring destruction to
yeah. I'm not sure if I'm
Asgard.
pronouncing that right. And it's funny because I was watching it this morning.
Oh,
Salter.
Is it Salter?
I thought it was Surtur. Or whatever.
I wasn't watching it.
Big fiery guy. Not really. He was a villain, but
only
not
for
really.
2 seconds. 2 seconds in the beginning, 2 seconds at the end.
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna count him. So it's just Hela. Compelling enough. I think Kate Blanchett did a good job.
Yeah, I think it was cool. I feel like the movie wasn't really focused on her, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I think she was cool.
It's more about Thor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because she was in Asgard the whole time. And we were looking at Thor.
Yeah.
So, I would put her on there, but below the Vulture. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then Black Panther.
Killmonger. Dude.
You gotta admit.
I mean, I was like, he was so great. I'm like, I wanted him to find a way to save him so that I could see him again.
Yeah, I am kind of mad we don't get Killmonger again because he died in the movie.
Maybe Endgame reverses time and he comes back.
No. Please don't. Don't undo any stuff. We don't need a Days of Future Past, okay?
We don't. But it's just, I mean, Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. It was just so like, I was just like, why did y'all kill this dude off?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, how it ended with him though, it was fitting for his character. For him to
that is true. But I feel like Killmonger had a shot to be like Black Panther's Loki, where they're frenemies.
Frenemies, yeah.
Yeah.
But it sent such a bigger message with him dying.
I get that. But
yeah.
I like them so much.
But he was great, and I would say the first of what they would call a sympathetic villain. I'm sorry, like I got a little stuffed up. Why you look at?
Whatever. Continue talking.
Anyway, he was the kind of the first of what they call a sympathetic villain.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Because he was so ridiculous. Like, there was better ways to do that. It's like, you lock me out, so I'm going to start killing a bunch of people. Like, how is that justification?
No, and that's not the point. And I think a lot of times people misunderstand when they say sympathetic villain. Like, people were mad. Like, oh, we're supposed to agree with what he was doing. And it's like, no. What they mean is you understand why.
But I can't understand because you were so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. It's not good. His way of going, but he did have a valid point. Now, excuse me, wait, let me. They can't see your face, but she's making a face at me. But he had a valid point in that Wakanda wasn't doing anything for the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
Though his way of going about it was completely off base.
You say that's like saying Thanos has a valid point.
You understand Thanos' point. You understand why he's doing what he's doing. And that's what they mean by sympathetic. Not that you agree with what he's doing.
No, because if I'm sympathetic to how you're feeling, then I must agree with something that you're doing.
Okay, maybe we should change the word. Understandable. I guess.
Relatable?
Not relatable, because then you gotta agree. I don't relate to Killmonger. I don't want them to go kill people. I understand his motivation. And understanding is not necessarily agreeing.
Okay.
Because I disagree with his motivation and his method, but backwards. But he was so good. And Michael B. Jordan killed it.
He did.
Yeah.
Killed it.
I'm going to put, Killmonger above Loki.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. At the time, he was the best MCU villain.
He was.
Yeah.
Until
the next movie.
Avengers Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Thanos, awesome, number one.
Yeah, Thanos is definitely number one because he got his own movie, for one.
Basically.
Because Infinity War was his movie.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And he won.
Yeah.
You get points for winning.
It's true. I mean, usually at the end of the movie, the superheroes are victorious and they lost.
Yeah. And that is kind of along the lines of Killmonger. You understood why Thanos was doing what he was doing. It just doesn't make sense. Like, Okay, I get what you're saying, but there's better ways, and there's got to be something different to do. But he was convinced in himself that killing half the universe was the answer, and that you weren't changing that, and you saw his convictions.
Right. And he was going to see it through no matter what. He wasn't going to reason with anyone about it.
Yeah.
So I thought very well done. Just everything about Thanos was awesome.
Yeah, and besides the build-up for Thanos...
I was going to say, I mean, since the first Avengers, you've been building this guy up, and he delivered.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Excellent. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
That movie...
Ghost.
No. Because in the end, she wasn't even really a villain.
Oh, okay, but we put Iron Man on here, so you gotta put her on there.
No, don't. If she was a villain, she's not a good villain.
Well, no, she's not a good villain.
Well, that's not the reason to exclude her from the...
Yes, it is, because Iron Man, it was a good villain. As the villain, he was.
A lot of people weren't good villains. She's a villain. That's what they were fighting.
Yeah, and she doesn't deserve to make the top 10.
No, she's not even... I'm not even writing her down because she sucked.
Okay. All right, that's what I'm saying.
Goodness.
Forget her.
All right, she sucked.
That movie wasn't even about the villains anyway. They could have done that movie without a villain.
Yeah.
True.
The FBI would have been the villain, I guess. Okay, so you got that, and then
Captain Marvel.
Young Rock. Yeah, because you can count spoilers for Captain Marvel if you haven't seen it.
If they don't know it by now.
Well, it is a recent movie. So I just want to make sure. But, okay, Talos, the Skrull, it was technically the villain. But then again, he wasn't.
Or we were led to believe that he was the villain.
Right.
Yeah.
And now he's not.
Very funny, though.
Yeah, but that's not the point of this list.
Yeah.
It's not who's the funniest person in the movie.
Excuse me. Then Jan Rog.
Yes.
Oh, I guess the Supreme Intelligence?
Do they fight each other?
No, not really.
No, it gotta be Young Rock or whatever his
I'm
name
gonna say
is.
no.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean...
Yeah, it's gotta be Young Rock.
My problems with him is the problem I have with the Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah. The only interesting characters in Captain Marvel was Talos and Nick Fury.
Yes. Yes, I felt like his reveal as being a I don't know, a backstabber, traitor or whatever felt very flat to me.
Well, the thing was, it wasn't a surprise because everybody knew that before even going to the movie.
I did not.
Oh.
Why would people know that?
Because the Kree aren't good. We know that already.
Well, they're good in this movie because they were fighting the Skrulls. They're not good to humans.
Oh, okay. So we thought that they were going to be good throughout the whole movie.
I did at least.
I didn't.
I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, Hydra is in S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of moment.
Yeah, that was...
It was just like, kind of like, okay, because everyone in the movie reacted like, okay.
So I don't know if I mentioned this before on the podcast, but one of the biggest problems with Captain Marvel is that she's fighting like the friends she spent 6 years with, and it was just like, oh, okay, they're evil now, and I guess I have to kill them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Like with Winter Soldier, you felt it because Cap was like, wow, that's my best friend. And you had Falcon telling him, oh, well, you might have to actually
when
end
it comes down to it, like, you have to fight your best friend.
Yeah.
And you can see how torn Captain America was about that.
Yeah. And then in Captain Marvel, it was just like, oh, it's my friend. I'll blow her ship out of the sky and I'll shoot him down. And like,
I mean, you spent 6 years with this group, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there was like literally no emotion.
Yeah. So
yeah, he does.
None of those make the list. Nope. And then in the end is Endgame, and unless there's another villain besides Thanos, then that's...
We're going to listen twice? Thanos and Thanos?
Thanos and then Thanos. I haven't even seen the movie, but Thanos gets listed twice. He takes 1, 2.
If you literally listen twice, we only have 7.
We said top 10.
Well, then that would be the people that we didn't really want to put on there.
Well, we're not putting him on there.
Well, I mean, that gives us like, well, it's 7 up to Hela, and then you have like Iron Man, Red Skull, Hydra, and Ultron.
Wow. The villains in the Marvel Universe
Yeah,
suck.
so there's only like 6 good ones.
All right, so the Joker, right? From The Dark Knight. It's pretty good. Man, DC doesn't even have good villains.
Everything in Christopher Nolan's movie. You got the Joker. I thought Two-Face was good.
Two-Face was good. Yeah.
Scarecrow was good.
Scarecrow was good. Okay, yeah. They put those
Only dumb villain was Catwoman.
Oh, she wasn't a villain.
She wasn't even a villain.
And why don't you like Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, I don't understand. She did an excellent Catwoman.
I don't know.
Goodness. She's a good actress. All right, never mind. We've had this discussion. All right. We're not including DC villains. What is our top 10 based on what we've said?
Okay, we have Thanos, Killmonger,
Yes.
Loki, the Winter Soldier, the Vulture, Hela. Those are our legit stand firm top 6. Okay. Then if we continue on, just so we can get 7, we have Iron Man, the Red Skull, Hydra / Alexander Pierce, and Ultron.
Man, they shouldn't even be on the list, bro.
They should not be on the list. But that gives us 10.
Wow. Guys, on our list,
we have
three of them actually become good guys.
Yes.
Loki, Winter Soldier, and Iron Man are all on the list. And Iron Man was a good guy from the beginning.
And I don't agree with Iron Man being the bad guy, but
he was the villain.
I mean, I agree with you. Like, I feel like he's the villain of the movie. I don't think he should make the list. But since we don't have anyone else to put on the list, he has to stay there. I mean, unless we list what's his name, Malekith or whatever.
Malekith? No,
Malekith.
We don't even know his name. So, guys, scratch the beginning title. The top 3 Marvel villains of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Thanos, Killmonger, and Loki.
Very good top 3.
Yes,
Yeah,
you guys probably could have guessed that without listening to this podcast.
They were like, what was this episode?
I don't know.
It was basically a recap of all the Marvel movies.
It was a filler episode. So anyhow, guys, we'll move on to what you're doing. Because that is our list. The Marvel has bad villains. That's what we've come to realize from this episode.
Yes.
They really are bad, and everyone who's complained that in the past were absolutely correct. So, Derek, what you doing?
Basically, I'm just preparing for Endgame that's about to drop in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Or less than 2 weeks. And I finished phase 1. And I liked some of the phase 1 movies, but now that we talked about the villains and how horrible they were.
Well, it's not just phase 1. They all have been, except for phase 3. Phase 3 had the best
Phase 3, yeah.
Yeah, I think with phase 1 there was a lot of okay movies.
Mm-hmm.
And not a
I
lot
do
of
like,
movies.
and Darren, you mentioned this earlier, the progression of the movies. Like it has gotten better over, except for Thor. I don't know. Is it for me?
Ragnarok was the best Thor movie.
Are you saying you don't like Thor Ragnarok or Thor 2?
I do like Thor Ragnarok. I do like
Thor. Because Thor.
I guess the difference between Thor 1 and Thor 2 was just such a drop off.
Which is why Ragnarok happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think everyone can agree that the Dark World was not good.
Well, even Chris Hemsworth said like he didn't like the character. It wasn't nothing, So, that's why Thor is so silly in the next movie.
Mm-hmm.
I call Thor Ragnarok a soft reboot. Like it's still in the series, but it really is almost a different character.
That doesn't make it a reboot. But okay.
Well, they destroyed Asgard and everything, so you can start everything over.
Okay.
I said soft.
Okay.
All right. That's what you're doing, Derek?
That's what I'm doing, preparing for
You don't
Endgame.
have enough time to finish these movies. You know that, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
You don't have enough time to finish these movies.
Yeah, I do have enough time.
You just got done with phase 1. You have like 15 more movies.
Yeah, that's a lot of movies.
I'm at. The last movie I saw was Captain America: Winter Soldier,
That's the
which
first movie
is
of
the
phase
best movie
2.
ever.
Is it the first one in phase 2?
I think it is. I just closed my window. I gotta
If it is, I'll watch my movies out. No, Iron Man 3 was the first movie of
phase
2. Yeah. So I watched Iron Man 3. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Actually,
and then Winter Soldier's next.
It's Iron Man 3, Thor: Dark World, then the Winter Soldier,
Okay.
and I'm watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
Phase 2.
I'm watching Guardians of the Galaxy and Age of Ultron, so
Okay.
I'll be caught up.
All right. Interestingly, I'm doing the same thing. I'm rewatching the Marvel movies. I guess that's what everyone does at this time. But since I've seen them so many times, I kind of like at work, since I have nothing to do, I'll put the movie on and I'll listen to it. Except for when it's like a really cool scene, then I'll step away and watch it. I know. Anyhow, yeah, so I'm rewatching that. I'm actually on Winter Soldier right now. I've watched Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man 3. I skipped over Thor: Dark World because I don't want to watch it. So I'm actually, next movie is what? Avengers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm halfway through Winter Soldier, so I'm pretty good.
Should I just mention what y'all mentioned?
Is that what you're doing?
That wasn't what I was going to say, but technically that is what I'm doing.
Oh.
I've been I wasn't going to mention it, but since y'all two did. Although, I'm not watching it in English. Just saying.
Oh. Okay.
But I am rewatching, though.
Okay. All right, she's doing this special. She's watching the different languages and stuff out here.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty cool.
And I don't know why. I think Thor Ragnarok is funnier in a different language.
Is it? I could imagine.
Watching it in what language you watching it in?
Spanish.
I can imagine that being funny.
Yeah, I was literally laughing out loud more than I did the first time I saw it.
All right, I might have to do that, but it's going to take me longer to learn the language that I'm studying, so I'm going to wait. All right, so that's about it for the podcast, guys. Next week, we're reviewing Avengers Infinity War.
Yay.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Love
I've been
that
waiting
movie.
for this.
Yeah. This,
I can't
get
wait.
ready. Buckle your seats in, because we probably got a lot to say about this movie. I'll keep the news short, I guess. Yeah, so I'm excited to rewatch it for like the 12th time. So we'll do that. And of course, guys, if you have anything to say to us, let us know on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/3drivals, and we'll be glad to respond and, chat with you there. It'd be pretty cool. Also, you can reach us at our email address, 3drivals@gmail.com. Other than that, thank you guys very much for listening, and peace out.
Peace out.